How can you walk when you don't know the way of the wind?
I greet you all. Here we are again in Real Life and Scripture Connect, and today's discussion thread is me and my weakness. Me and my weakness. I would want us to understand whom our real image is, and it will help us to ascertain whether we are of the flesh or of the spirit. Let it be known to us that our main identity is not this flesh, it's not this container, it's not this body bearing your name, but it's the Spirit of God in us, in which we are in the image of God, according to the scripture Genesis 1 verse 27. This scripture reveals that we, that is our spirit, already existed in the mind of God. We already have been made in the mind of God. He already formed us, that is our spirit, and we are now in the image of God. Then in Genesis 2 verse 7, the scripture recorded that God now formed a body from the dust. He breathed into this body that already existing image of God, which is our spirit, that is our main identity, and that gave our body life. That's why it is said that it is the spirit that giveth life. And also, that's why when someone dies, the spirit continues living, but the body can give up. But though we carry the breath of God in us, God obeys principle of choice, and that is why He allows us to choose first, confessing Him as our Lord and personal Savior. And thereafter, there becomes a spirit-to-spirit transaction, whereby our spirit accepts the lordship of the Spirit of God. Our spirit accepts the Spirit of God to rule over us and not flesh. Now, weakness exists when we allow the fruit of the flesh, according to Galatians 5 verse 17, whereby it is recorded that the flesh lusts after the spirit. So when we allow the fruit of the flesh to prevail, it suppresses the Spirit of God in us. There becomes weakness. And we know that weakness is not from God. For example, when your body constantly tells you you need sex, when you see yourself envying others, masturbation, when pride of the flesh tells you that you don't need to forgive because it makes you a weakling, selfishness, disobedience, backbiting, drunkenness, not accepting corrections, always giving excuses, and many more. There could be weakness as a result of ignoring the knowledge of our identity, as recorded in the book of Hosea 4 verse 6. That's why I established that fact in the beginning of us knowing whom we really are. That is our spirit. Because when we know who we are, it helps us to dump the flesh and focus on what the Spirit of God, which rules over our spirit, demands from us. I'm not talking about the job interview weakness, whereby we can paint weaknesses. When you are asked, what's your weakness? You can say, I have this weakness of getting angry when I don't see people with results immediately. Instead of telling us that you have the weakness of impatience, that is not the weakness I'm talking about. Weakness starts with not accepting that you have a weakness first. How can we now deal with these weaknesses? It must stick to us that our identity, I am sounding it again, that our identity is not this flesh that we are seeing, but the spirit in us. And this spirit is being possessed by the Spirit of God when you allow Him, when you give Him the choice that you need Him in your life. Not knowing about this makes people to while away their time spending millions on keeping just this flesh, just this body, and leaving our spirit malnourished. You must also know the truth. You must tell yourself the truth that I have this weakness in me. And there are points of checkmating. You need to sit down and check on yourself according to the book of Galatians chapter 6 verse 4 and 2 Corinthians 13 verse 5. You need to checkmate yourself, have a personal checkup, and observe yourself even while you pray. Apart from conducting your personal checkup on yourself, you can also meet your friends, your family members, your close ones, your acquaintances, and ask them if they are seeing anything in you which they don't like. Anything, no matter how little, any trait in you which is unpleasant, They can help you with telling you this is it, this is that. Another way you can also fight this weakness is walking in the Spirit. According to Galatians 5 verse 6, that says, you should walk in the Spirit and you will not fulfill the desires of the flesh. How do we do this? The Bible is your best manual. Study, practice, meditate in it, and you will not gratify the fruits of the flesh. Stir up the fruit of the Spirit in you, the love, kindness, patience, meekness, and so on. And by doing this, you will not fall victim to weaknesses and dwell in it. You must have to know that it is the will of God that we are here on earth to fulfill and not ours. And this will help us not to focus on the fruits of the flesh, not to focus on the desires of the flesh, but that of the Spirit. According to Philippians chapter 2 verse 13, which says that, for it is God that works in us, both to do and to will according to his good pleasure. Jesus obeyed this principle according to the book of Mark chapter 14 verse 36, where it says, Abba Father, everything is possible for you. Take this cup from me. Yet, not what I will, but what you will. A concentrated and unalloyed knowledge of this will help us not to run, not to strive to fulfill the desires of the flesh, but of the Spirit, because we now know that it is our spirit that gives us life. This body profited nothing. You can always fall back to the potter and be explicit. Tell him, Potter, this is the pot you molded, but there is a crack. Whatever comes in drips away through the crack, and I'm going empty. But Potter, I have come to you. Crush me, winnow me, and mold me anew. Mold me again for use. Brethren, we don't defend weaknesses, because weakness pretended, weakness defended, and weakness excused today protests against us tomorrow. It wants us dry tomorrow. Imagine stretching a weak rubber. It gets to a point and starts cutting in pieces. Funny enough, but that's how weakness not dealt with today cuts us in the middle in the future. See what gluttony did to Gehazi. Look at what lying tongue did to Ananias.
Look also what happened to Samson because of lust, and Lucifer, how he was cast down from heaven because of pride.
What is that your weakness? Are you not tired of it? It can never do you any good, but always harm. We do not boast in our weaknesses. Christ is our strength. He is made manifest in our weaknesses. And note, there is no better place to let go. There is no better place to fight all those things that gives us weight, if not in God.